Hey everybody, it is time once again for our Hot and Cold Teams video. This is where we look at the 5 hottest and 5 coldest teams currently in the NHL. Now before we begin, I just ask that you please subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't, it helps the channel an absolute ton and is greatly appreciated. But let's get into it. I like to start with the positive first, so we will look at the hottest teams and then go into the coldest. The hottest teams in the NHL right now, coming in at number 5, the Boston Bruins. Now, they did lose last night to the Buffalo Sabres, which is kind of embarrassing, but they are still 7-3-0 in their last 10 games. They've been playing really good hockey. They had a 6-game winning streak going, which was obviously broken last night, and they've done a lot to help themselves in their playoff chances. And they're still just 3 points behind second and third place in the East, which is currently the Islanders and Penguins. So, despite the bad loss last night, Boston overall has been playing well. They had a good long win streak in there as well. Coming in at number 4, the Carolina Hurricanes, who are 7-1-2 in their last 10. They're on a 2-game win streak now. And obviously, with only 1 regulation loss in their last 10 games, Carolina is picking up points. They are leading the Central Division because of it, and they are one of the best teams in the league. I look at this team as being kind of flying under the radar a little bit. In the division that they're in is also very, very good, especially at the top with Tampa Bay and Florida also there. But the Hurricanes are definitely a team to watch and a team that has a chance to make some big-time noise this year. Coming in at number 3, the Minnesota Wild. They are 7-2-1 in their last 10 games, including a win last night. However, they are in a 6-game winning streak, and that's what puts them in the top 3 here. 6 in a row for the Wild. They've been really, really good. They're playing great hockey. What a season it's been for the Minnesota Wild. They've been really, really impressive this year, and I'm a little surprised, quite honestly. I did not expect them to be this good. I knew that they would probably be a playoff team. I thought they were going to be on that playoff line. They are easily a playoff team this year. They have had a great season. And number 2, the Colorado Avalanche. Now, Colorado did miss 3 games for COVID, and I was kind of debating whether I should even put them on this list or not, because they really didn't play this past week other than coming back on Thursday night. However, they did win the game on Thursday night. They play again today. They've been playing really, really well, and before the little stoppage there, they were absolutely on fire as well. So they're 9-1-0 in their last 10 games. They're on a 5-game win streak, including their first game back. And it really doesn't seem like anything is going to be able to stop or slow down the Colorado Avalanche. And this is certainly one of the best teams in the league. And even while they took, a 6-7 day break there, they are still absolutely on fire. They've come back from it on fire, and we will see how they do again this week and see if they can keep this up, because they are on a ridiculous pace right now. And finally, that brings us to number 1, and this was an obvious choice. It's the Vegas Golden Knights, who are clearly the hottest team in the NHL right now. They are 9-1-0 in their last 10 games, but they are on an 8-game winning streak, which is the longest active winning streak in the NHL right now. And that pretty much means you're the hottest team. When you've won 8 in a row in 9 out of 10, you are on fire, and that's where Vegas is at right now. They have actually passed over Colorado for first place in the West. Obviously, Colorado not playing 3 games helped that, but Vegas is just tearing it up right now. We'll see if that can continue. So those are your hottest teams in the NHL right now: Boston, Carolina, Minnesota, Colorado, and Vegas. Now, we have to take a look on the other side of things. The cold teams, the teams that are not playing very well right now. Starting at number 5 with the Montreal Canadiens. This is a team that is trying to make the playoffs and hold the 4th spot in the North Division. They are just 3-7-0 in their last 10 games. They lost to Calgary last night. in a game that really helped the Flames and really hurt the Habs. This team is just kind of floundering right now. They've been very inconsistent this season, and they're going to have to get things back on track if they're going to make the playoffs, because points-wise, they have a pretty solid lead for that 4th spot, but Calgary and Vancouver are trying to make a push, and if they're only going to win 3 out of 10 games, then there's a chance that one of those teams could catch them. So the Canadiens need to get things back on track here if they're going to make the postseason. 3-7-0 is not going to cut it. At number 4, we have the Arizona Coyotes, another team that is in a very tight playoff race for a 4th spot and final playoff spot in their division, and is 3-7-0 in their last 10 games. They've lost 2 in a row, and Arizona cannot take that 4th spot and kind of grab it, despite the St. Louis Blues trying to just absolutely hand it to them. I don't know, this is another team that it's so frustrating because you have a playoff spot in your grasp right there. All you have to do is win some games, and they are not winning games. They're, again, just 3 wins in their last 10. They've lost their last 2. I mean, St. Louis has almost been as bad. So the Blues are trying to hand that spot to Arizona, and Arizona is trying to hand it right back to the Blues. And it seems like it's going to come down to who sucks less. It's not really about who's good and deserves to make the playoffs in that 4th spot in the West. It's really just going to be who sucks less. And right now, Arizona is not doing a good job of trying to suck less. And their record shows it with 3-7-0 in their last 10. At number 3, we have the San Jose Sharks, who are 2-7-1 in their last 10 games. They lost their last one out. And, I mean, this is the kind of year that it's been for San Jose. It's not been a great one again. And only 2 wins in 10 games is not going to get you anywhere in the NHL, obviously. And this is a team that is pretty much out of playoff contention at this point. That brings us to number 2, and a team that is officially eliminated from playoff contention, largely because of their last 10 games. Well, not just that, it's their whole season. It's been a disaster of a season for the Columbus Blue Jackets, who have been particularly abysmal in their last 10, going 1-8-1 and on a 5-game losing streak. They haven't been good all year, but this recent stretch has been particularly brutal for the Blue Jackets, and they've officially been eliminated, and they will not be going to the playoffs this year, although we probably could have guessed that 2 or 3 months ago, but they're certainly not going now, and they've been awful recently. Only been able to win 1 game in their last 10. They've lost 5 in a row. It's just it's been really, really brutal, and most weeks they would be number 1 on the list. However, there is a team that is doing worse, and it is the New Jersey Devils, another team that has been officially eliminated from playoff contention. They are 1-9-0 in their last 10 games. They've lost 8 straight now in New Jersey, and I don't know what happened. This was a team that earlier in the year was kind of picking up some big wins, stealing wins against tough opponents, kind of hanging around like they might be able to be a bit of a surprise team. Well, it's all fallen apart towards the end of the season here. And recently they just can't win. They have not found a way to win a game. They're giving up a ton of goals. They're not scoring enough. And then the games that they do score a lot, they give up like 6 or 7 and can't outscore their opponent. It's been a rough go here for the Devils. And obviously we knew that this wasn't their year. We knew that they're still a rebuilding team who's not quite ready yet. But this recent stretch has been particularly bad. But again, it's more about the future with New Jersey than right now, and that's probably a good thing because the right now is not very good, to say the least, over the past week or 2 here. So those are your coldest teams in the NHL. The Montreal Canadiens at number 5, the Arizona Coyotes at 4, San Jose Sharks at 3, Columbus Blue Jackets at 2, and New Jersey Devils at number 1. So that does it for Hot and Cold Teams this week. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon, merchandise store, donation link, and channel memberships are in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.